Hello, welcome to Lemon's News, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Captain America Brave New World. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way, shall you? To leave a like, comment below, and let me know your thoughts on Captain America Brave New World, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I will greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, Captain America Brave New World, this is Sam's very first time with the Shield. Officially his very first time with the Shield as Captain America. Seen him all the way through. Everyone's calling him Cap in this movie. We got Theodore Ross, who is playing also the Red Hulk in this movie too, where this movie is really building up to the whole entire time. And this movie's had hell of the ride, hasn't it? Because one, I do think Falcon and the Winter Soldier should have been a movie. It shouldn't have been a show. I think they could have done some things there too. And I think the story that was being told was movie worthy as well. And I did like, the whole build to him wanting to embrace the Shield as to, just accepting the Shield was really, really interesting to me. But again, I think it was warranted for the big screen. Then we get into, hey, we'll finally do Captain America properly. And then we're going to do this movie. And it was like New World Order was one of the original titles, or was the original title. Then it got moved to this, and then there was a lot of reshoots. And then we're like, okay, well, that's a little nerve-wracking, ain't it? Because that's not normally a good sign with how many reshoots they were doing. And then the first trailer came out. We're like, we may be back. Like, this was a great trailer. All the trailers have been really good. Marketing has been very well. Then the review embargo wasn't going to come out until Wednesday. And we're like, well, the Wednesday before opening day. It's not a great sign. Then people started coming out with the reviews, and they have been very mixed. A lot of people really like it, a lot of people don't really like it. And I have now seen it. And look, there are a lot of people who are much smarter than me when it comes to these critiques. A lot of people that I respect have a much opposite opinion that I have. And, more power to them. For them doing, again, they're much smarter. They know a lot more things than I do. I'm just a dumb guy who likes Marvel movies, who has also thoroughly enjoyed every movie post-Endgame for the most part. Can I admit that post-Endgame is not as good as Phase 3 and it's full-on prime as we were heading to Infinity War and Endgame? Yeah, I can admit that, but I still think there are some really good ones in Phase 4 and Phase 5. And again, I've honestly enjoyed every property for the most part, except for maybe Secret Invasion. And I gotta say, I loved this movie. I think it's on the upper echelon of the post-Endgame and era of Marvel. I put this up there with a No Way Home. I put this up there with Shang-Chi and Deadpool and Wolverine and Loki season 1 and 2 combined. I think it's like fourth out of those four. Now, in the overall MCU scheme of things, yeah, it's probably right there scabbed in the middle. I probably have those other three higher within the overall thing, but if we're talking just post-Endgame, it's fourth to me personally. And look, I think the biggest problem with this movie is, yeah, if I didn't know there was reshoots, I probably wouldn't be able to tell, but I could tell, like, yeah, this is probably not what they originally wanted to go to. This feels a little bit clunky here because of the knowledge that I know that was going into this movie. I also think if we didn't know Red Hulk was in this movie and we were going through this, because a lot of this thing is teasing the Red Hulk turn. It's just teasing all the way through. And yes, the one scene that you see in all the trailers is the only scene that he is in, which I also think it's a weakness. I just don't think you should have marketed Red Hulk in this movie whatsoever. Because one, within the storytelling, if you're easing into this, where you're just doing this tease with what these people are trying to do with our villains in this movie, with the Serpent Society, that we would have been like, oh, wow, this is what they were doing? And there would have been a crowd moment once we got to that third act. But the fact that you did show him in it, you showed him in the trailers, you advertised him a lot, he's in all the posters. I think there was this misconception with the audience that, oh, he's also in the movie quite a bit. And with this whole tease, like, we know like what the villains are trying to do. We're like, well, he's trying to cause Red Hulk to come out. It makes it fall flat. within that aspect. I think the characters are really great. I think they really do focus on Ross and Sam Wilson as the most part as characters. I feel like they have the most to do. Everyone else kind of has like their one character beat, and that's all that they resort to. But they played that character beat very well. I like the new Falcon played by Diego Luna. I like Giancarlo Esposito when he's in it. He is kind of reduced to what he was originally supposed to be. I think he was originally supposed to have a much bigger role. Again, you can't feel that, but again, if I didn't know that ahead of a time, do I still feel that way? And yeah, the CGI is a little spotty in some areas, mainly within the battle on the Eternal Island, or the Celestial Island is what they call. Good fight scene overall. I thought all the fight choreography was really, really good too. I don't really see how they're like, oh, the fight choreography was really clunky and choppy. I disagree with that cold-heartedly. But yeah, some of the CGI was spotty in some spots. And also within the third act with the Battle of Red Hulk, which was the best fight scene overall, because again, that's what you're building to. You better deliver on that, and they do on that one fight scene. But yes, some of the CGI, I was like, oh, wow, you are clearly on a green screen. You are clearly not on location. But besides those things, the movie's fun, and it's really, really, to me, really, really good. I had a great time. It was a good political thriller. Is it on the level of Winter Soldier? I haven't seen Winter Soldier in a long time, so I can't really address to that. I have to rewatch it, but I think so. Maybe. I mean, Winter Soldier is way up there, so maybe not. But again, because I have this in the middle within the MCU, I thought it was really good. It really rewards you if you did watch everything. I do say they probably do have this case of they don't really think the audience watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and they probably forgot about the Incredible Hulk, because it is kind of a soft sequel to the Incredible Hulk as well when it comes to Theodore Ross. And they do explain those things within that. So if you don't have a great memory, it's probably really good that they do those things. But for me, I'm just like, yeah, I know that. But again, not everyone's me who watches every single property. So I think that was the right call to do, even though I wasn't a fan of it. But yeah, I thought the pacing was good. I thought the direction was good. I liked the story that they were telling. Again, if you don't spoil that Red Hulk is in it and you don't blaster him all over the marketing, which I get, you gotta sell tickets, I think there is a much better reception to this movie, and instead of the 50% that we get, which I do think is a little low, I think 60 I could understand to a degree. I think it goes from 50 to like 80. I do personally think the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes does go up. If you just don't promote Red Hulk, and then once we get to that third act, people are like, wow, this is what we were building to? Wow, yeah, no, this building was actually really good. He had a really good plan. The fact that we do know what this whole movie is really building to does make it fall a little bit flat within that, but overall I had an absolute great time with it. But what did y'all think about it? Down in the comment section, let's talk about it. Leave a like if you made it this far within the review. I do greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, as we're covering all the Marvel content here. We're covering your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man right now. Daredevil is in a couple weeks, so really looking forward to that. So hit that subscribe button for there, and until next time guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.